here is our freedom card. Freedom. And this is Amber. I will put her Instagram handle below. She makes beautiful sparkly hula hoops, and in honor of her sparkly hula hoop, rhinestoney hula hoops, and in honor of that, I created this backdrop of the purple sparkles for her card. So freedom, living life in response to our needs and our desires. So really this card is the freedom that comes with living life in response to our needs and our desires. And for me, this freedom came really through menopause, which I want to change that word. I don't love that word menopause, but I call it the portal of freedom. It came to me in my portal of freedom, which for me began in 2018 and is just now, 2024, coming to completion. And one of the first things I noticed in that portal of freedom was this lens shift in how I was engaging with the world. So I really felt, I knew that I have a tendency to like walk into a room and kind of notice what people need. And I have a tendency to be a giver. Like I knew these things about myself, had a tendency to kind of put others sometimes before me, not in necessarily a bad way, but I just, I have that mama energy in me. So I knew that about myself, but what I didn't understand, because it was my reality, so that's all I knew, I didn't understand how prominent that was, like how prominent it was for me to think about you before myself. And when I went into this portal in 2018, 2019, something flipped. It was like I put on a different pair of glasses, and all of a sudden I was in me first and then to you. Like it flipped, like it did a 180 or whatever it is. And wow, was that different to really notice, like, oh wow, okay, this is what it feels like to put myself first, to tune into myself first before I tune into everyone else, to really tune into me and respond to my needs and my desires first, not being like inconsiderate or, like I don't care about you, but taking that, feeling into that first before tuning into the other and responding to the other. And to be honest, so here we are 5 years later, and I'm still in many aspects of my life, I'm still learning how to do it. It's really interesting that it's taking this long for me to really learn this skill. And there is an incredible freedom when I can do it, because then I'm really tuning in for my resonance, tuning in for what I want. And then I don't get stuck in these situations that aren't really a fit for me because I was tuning into the other as opposed to tuning into myself, right? If I'm always tuning into the other, I'm going to do what the other person wants, and I'm going to respond to what they want. And I'll end up doing a lot of things that aren't necessarily a good fit for me. So there's a real freedom in living in life in response to our needs and our desires, so that then the situations I'm in are actually a fit for me and for the other person. Because if I'm in a situation that's not really a fit for me, it's not going to work very well for the other person either, or for the group or whatever it is. So this is a very interesting, important card. And, if you're watching this and you're a lot younger, my hope is that you start to infuse this into your field and start to get this going before the portal of freedom that is menopause.